In this video, we'll talk about Sweden closing down Islamic schools because of radicalization.
So let us deep dive now.
Welcome back to Somali Christian TV. We are your favorite Somali ex-Muslims, exposing the deception of Islam and spreading that Jesus Christ is the only way to heaven.
If you're new to us and want to learn more, subscribe now and join the Somali Christian TV family. My name is Shania and this is my husband Shino, and our lovely daughter Naomi is here.
Yes. So today we're talking about two schools being shut down in Sweden because of their links to the Muslim Brotherhood and because of radicalization for the children there. So it's two independent Muslim schools that have been shut down, one in Stockholm, one in Uppsala, and the Swedish Security Service found that the children were at risk of being radicalized into the Islamist ideology, essentially. There was also stuff around the fact that girls were discouraged from participating in school activities, gender separation was massive, and there was also no learning Swedish language. They didn't teach the Swedish language. They spoke Arabic instead. They did not celebrate any Swedish holidays and things like this. And this was some of the reasons that they decided to shut down these schools.
Wow, yes, this finding is so shocking.
Yeah.
But I am so glad that Sweden government has come into it and shut down these Islamic schools.
Yeah.
And the radicalization started with the school and Quranic schools first, and then the mosques, and then it spreads into private schools. They've been given this freedom to teach their children what they wanted to learn, but instead they've been teaching them radicalization. That's very bad.
It's very bad, and they're brainwashing people, especially children, you know. And what they're using, the money from the tax, you know,
taxpayers' money,
our tax, that's what they're using.
Yeah.
If they use in good way, we don't mind. We don't mind because we ourselves, we are from Somalia. We are ex-Muslims. We know the need. You need the community. You need your school, which you can send your children. They can learn the culture and the language of Somali, mother language. But also in the same time, they need to integrate the culture, the news in the society.
Yes.
Because now you are not in Somalia, you are not a Muslim country, you are in the West. So you need to know and obey and follow the law of the country.
Exactly.
So you have to do that.
It's shocking to hear that they're in Sweden, in the West, and they're still sort of acting in a way that is very like an Islamic country, you know? It's like they're their own micro country within Sweden in these schools. And these children, they're not there to learn about Islam, whatever. They're meant to learn about the curriculum of like maths and English and everything else. And then girls as well being treated in this way too, where they're being discouraged from participating in school activities. It's just so shocking that in the West, these little girls are having their rights stripped from them, where they're not even allowed to participate in school activities because of this fact that this school is Islamic. I am so happy that these schools have been shut down. I'm so happy that the security service actually looked into these schools. They didn't just let them run, you know, rampant and do their own thing. Because this is so shocking. It's absolutely disgusting that this is what's happening right now. Like, this is what was happening. So I'm just so happy that I'm happy that it's closed.
I believe that it is parents' fault. That they send in their children to Islamic school.
We never send for us, our children.
This Islamic school, they teach, I think they are just segregating society. They are not helping the children to integrate to society, that they will support and help the society later on. But when they grow up, they will see the segregation already, the separation, and they're not helping this Islamic schools. And it is time to shut down all of them. Everyone who wants to learn something, they have to go to the normal schools.
And just mix with other children.
With other children, they integrate to other children. They learn the language, they need the culture, they need the system of the country. Otherwise, they will be just, one-sided in the society.
And potentially radicalized too. And they had links to the Muslim Brotherhood, and we know about them, like big time supporters of like ISIS and stuff. So it's like, this is really dangerous that these schools were allowed to be open, because we know that even that they had negative opinions towards Swedish society. What do you think that these children are being taught? They're being taught horrific things like that are in the Quran and the Hadiths about not, killing unbelievers and things like that. That is what's happening under Sweden's nose. So the fact that they've even found this and they've shut these schools down, I think is amazing. But they need to be very careful about allowing Islamic schools because this is what that's the kind of thing that they're teaching. Radicalization is essentially 100%. Just them teaching the end of Swedish society, basically. They want to take over the countries. That's what they want.
It's the similar, like, you know, the young man who killed the MB in
London,
UK, in London, you know. He never been in Somalia. He never been in Muslim
He was
country.
radicalized
Born in the UK, grow up in the UK, but being brainwashed
in the UK.
And in the UK and radicalized. Yeah. So we don't want that. And the Muslims, when you come to this country or come to the West, if you're not obeying the culture, if you don't want to obey the law and you want to have your own system and your own religion and your own language and change the children and brainwash, it's better to go back home.
There's already countries for you.
Back home. Go to Somalia, go to Afghanistan, go to Saudi Arabia. Why are you here? We came here to have peace, to have a new life, to have a new, start everything
afresh.
Start because our country is chaos. And that's Islam, what they did that. So we want the people to stop that, and we applaud for Swedish government because we are also Swedish citizens. Yeah. We love Sweden. Sweden is the most beautiful country in the world who welcome the refugees, how they welcome, how they love, how they help in opening mosque, opening the Quranic school, opening everything you ask. But you know what they are paying back is horrible and hatred. Some of them, thank God, it's not all Muslims.
No.
True. Because we used to be Muslim. We never send our children to Quranic school or Islamic school because we want our children to, because they are born in
part
Sweden,
of the society.
Part of the society.
And I'm proud. I'm happy of that, actually. Because I'm here. I'm living testimony for that. Because otherwise I wouldn't have been so open-minded. I might have been brainwashed into this kind of ideology. And all of this things like not being able to celebrate Swedish holidays and stuff, like, even though we were Muslim at the time, like we celebrated even the Christian holidays with the Swedish children and like the school and stuff. So it was good. It was a good childhood in that sense. And I felt more like I was part of the Swedish society, because if I was part of like this kind of school, I would just feel like I'm part of this, my own country almost. And like all these communities make their own countries almost. They call it like Little Mogadishu or whatever. Certain parts of Little Mogadishu.
Yes.
And it's like, that's not what we want. We want all of the people who are immigrants and stuff to mix together and then that's how we create more tolerant society. And like societies that we can all be proud of. We can all work together and build our countries up instead of just like separating ourselves, building hate for these people, and then getting radicalized in that sense. Like you said about that man, the Somali man who killed the MP, born in England, raised in England, and he still was radicalized in England.
Yes. Can you believe?
So it's dangerous. These type of things, they're not benign. Like all of these places, they like to think, oh, it's in the name of inclusion. It's in the name of like, we're trying to help these people or whatever. Be careful. I just wish that they would listen, and you have to be careful.
The Westerns.
Because it gets too far. Like, you can allow, I mean, you think that you want to allow them and help them with things. But this type of thing is dangerous. Allowing them to have the schools where this kind of ideology flourishes.
I am against it 100% of like an Islamic school. What the heck? Why they need that? If they need the Quran, they can read from the Quran or the Quranic school is enough. They already have a Quranic school, Mal'ama. They already have the mosque. They have everything. Why you have to have a school where you can learn only Islamic? You're not Islamic
because
country.
they want to keep the whole society like together, and they want we do this way and whatever, and that's a way to just keep people further brainwashed within Islam, because they isolate you in school, they isolate you when you're older, everything is isolated, and then you can't leave. That's the reason you can't leave.
So why they're here, guys? If you are an immigrant and you come to the West and you want peace and start fresh, you have to obey the law and obey respect the country you are in and their law and their culture. If you are not agreeing that, we will say, please go back home. That's I can say clearly, because if you don't like the country, if you don't love the country, it's better to go home.
But
otherwise stay and integrate with the society and be part of that and become citizenship and help your country and build. Let us love one another and let us build this beautiful country we are in.
But I just wanted to add like further to that as well. How these schools had links to the Muslim Brotherhood. And it's just interesting how, the Muslim Brotherhood have influence these type
Yeah.
of schools. And then that just furthers my whole idea about that they just want to keep these societies, like all these communities, separate from the societies within that they live in. So
Yeah.
they're their own like little Mogadishu or little whatever, Pakistan or Afghanistan, whatever. Everybody's like in these little groups.
Yeah.
So then when people can't leave Islam. That is the point of all of
Yeah.
this. Like that's why it starts from here. So it's all very dangerous.
Very
We
dangerous.
applaud Sweden. We're happy that the
Well
schools
done,
are closing.
well done, Sweden,
There's
yeah.
more. So there's more work to be done. Even
Yeah.
here in the UK, you need to like. There's some Islamic schools too. People need to be careful.
All the Western country.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yes.
you have to be careful. We have to be careful, and we love you guys. And thank you for our Patreon, our PayPal supporters. We shout out to you.
Yes,
we
and
love
our
you so
channel
much.
members as well. We
Channel
love you all
members.
so much. Thank you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll finish with the word of God.
Yes, please.
Hebrews 13:17. Obey your leaders and submit to them, for they are keeping watch over your souls, as those who will have to give an account. Let them do this with joy and not with groaning, for that would be of no advantage to you.
So
Amen.
Muslim, Amen.
Amen.
Muslims leave Islam and come to
Christ.
Hallelujah.
See you
God
next
bless
time. God bless
See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.